At this point, we've learned a bit about both nouns and verbs, but another important part of speech is the adjective. Adjectives are words that modify nouns, adding extra details to the word that they refer to in terms of state or location. For example, an apple can be red, green, sweet, sour, nearby, or far away. It is the same in Latin with some extra details. In Latin, adjectives are formed in a way that is very similar to nouns. Just like nouns, they will show a specific case, a number, and gender, although they don't actually have a specific one of their own. They simply change their endings in order to agree with the word that they modify in case, gender, and number. In other words, if there is only one apple, the adjective will be declined into singular. If there are many apples, the adjective will change to plural. If the apple is a subject, as in the apple is red, and therefore found in the nominative case, so will the adjective. If the noun is a direct object, and thus accusative, as in I eat the red apple, the adjective will need to agree with that instead. Of course, let's not forget that all nouns in Latin have gender, while the adjective will only have it when it agrees with a noun. In addition, we should say that adjectives in Latin may be used in three ways. 1. As an attributive adjective. This means the adjective is placed right next to the noun, adding some kind of information to the noun it modifies. I love beautiful flowers. 2. As a predicative adjective. This happens when the noun and the adjective are separated by the verb to be. Flowers are beautiful. 3. As a substantive adjective. This is a less common situation when the adjective is used as a noun. I only love beautiful things. In this particular situation, the adjective will be used in neuter form. Grammatically speaking, it gets a little more complicated because Latin adjectives can follow different declensions. Some follow the first or second declension, while others follow the third. In this lesson, we are going to see adjectives ending in us, a, These adjectives follow the forms of the first and second declension, and they are called first-class adjectives. The first declension endings are used for the feminine nouns, and the second declension endings are used for masculine and neuter nouns. All these adjectives will appear in the dictionary with the nominative singular of all three endings, always in the same order. A good example would be bonus, meaning good, shown here in three forms so as to agree with the noun it is modifying, whether meaning a good friend, a good girl, or a good wine. Bonus amicus, bona puella, bonum vinum. The form of the adjective may follow or precede the noun, depending on any stress you may want to apply to the adjective or to the noun. Do not search for identical or rhyming endings, because other groups of nouns might not end like the first and second declensions, but the adjective will still have to keep these endings. That's why when talking about adjectives, it's so important to use the word agreement, which means observance of case, gender, and number. Let's see the complete declension of one such adjective. You might be surprised to see that this class of adjectives in Latin comes with an incredible 36 forms. This may come as a surprise, considering that English has only one form, but we are here to learn Latin, so let's take a closer look at bonus. There will be 18 for the singular and 18 for the plural. Bonus, bona, bonum. Boni, bonae, boni. Bono, bonae, bono. Bonum, bonam, bonum. Bono, bona, bono. Bone, bona, bonum. Boni, bonae, bona. Bonorum, bonarum, bonorum. Bonis, bonis, bonis. Bonos, bonas, bona. Bonis, bonis, bonis. Boni, bonae, bona. So that was a lot of forms, but luckily there are many other adjectives that will follow this precise declension. Among the most common adjectives declined in this way are altus, alta, altum. Longus, longa, longum. magnus, magna, magnum, multus, multa, multum, laetus, laeta, laetum, parvus, parva, parvum, malus, mala, malum, clarus, clara, clarum, iratus, irata, iratum, antiquus, antiqua, antiquum, stultus, stulta, stultum, novus, nova, novum, festus, fessa, fessum, verus, vera, verum, saevus, saeva, saevum. Now let's get more specific and see how these adjectives work in agreement with nouns. In many cases, you will see a similar ending on the noun and on the adjectives. This won't always be the case, so let's enjoy it while it lasts. Dominus bonus, unda magna, lilium purum, discipulus studiosus, patria antiqua, templum magnum, porcus obesus, vita sana, bellum longum, digitus parvus, regina saeva, oppidum clarum, lupus avidus, insula magna, gaudium magnum, equus albus, villa remota, verbum longum, ventus secundus, femina modesta, malum bonum. As pleasing as it is to see the same endings on all these nouns and adjectives, it sadly will not last. In fact, a word of caution, third declension words will look different and the similar endings will vanish. The important thing to remember in Latin is to make adjectives agree with nouns even when your instinct would tell you something different. For example, the word agricola is a first declension noun, where the gender is normally feminine, but agricola is a masculine noun. This means that when modified by an adjective, the gender of the adjective must also be masculine. So we will get agricola bonus and not agricola bona. Always think in terms of gender and number, never in terms of rhyming. Let's see a few more tricky ones for good measure. Pirata iratus, pelagus altum, malus alta, incola romanus, poeta bonus. This may seem tricky, so let's see some of these adjectives in a sentence. Validi venti, multos nautas, in Graecis insulis tenent. Multi agricolae in Italiae magnis agris laborant. Claros poetas Graeca regina amat. Magnorum virorum sapientiam laudare debemus. Villae tectum parum firmum est. Bonis incolis fortunam vita dat. In pulcrae insulae antiquis viis saepe ambulamus. Umbra densae populi, Lusciniae ac Iuencae, iucunda est. With first-class adjectives now better understood, let's check comprehension. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.